By the grace of God, I done came up on some dollars, stun like daddy on my mama, hallelujah. I ain't tripping, slipping, falling by what these talking. Get your roll on Stephen Hawking, power to you. I tried and I can't give up, I just don't know how. You eyes is always running, ain't said nothing profound. They got me isolated, meditating, letting no sound. They bickering about some politics and proper pronouns. That's why I'm distant, dipping, cooling somewhere with my shawty. I'm rolling up that she cooking, turning on that shawty. I visualized it in my head and went and got it my way. No baller blockers in my huddle, trying to figure my play. I get that cheese and flip that chicken, walking spatula. You want a feature that might cost you a new Acura. My blood rushing, now she oh you Dracula. She make it clap and I'm gon' clap that right back at her. This spectacular, man, I just handle the best way that I know how. Your commentary, you don't know me no how. If you feel it, you ain't even gotta know how. How we made it this far, I don't even know how. I just handle the best way that I know how. Whoever hating, they don't know me no how. They can't do it like we do it, they don't know how. How we made it this far, I don't even know how. I guess it's by my DNA addiction. I got motion, they got friction. Got these poppers out here picking on a player maybe. And you could peep my disposition, know that I ain't.
Hi there, welcome to my Aura Style. My name is Tammie and I use fashion, lifestyle, and travel content to show you what it's like to live black plus in abroad. So it's Sunday morning. I usually cook on Sundays and today I'm cooking. I'm trying a new recipe and the recipe that I am trying is the what is it called? Tortellini soup. And so, of course, it used tortellini noodles and it's got a cream tomato base and it's also got Italian sausage, which I am in the process of getting ready to drain right now because it has been on the stove. So let me turn the stove off, y'all. So normally I do some recipe tutorials. If you look in the links in my description, I do have my TikTok and Instagram on there. There is plenty of content on there. It's like a mixture of content. So there's fashion content, there's lifestyle content, but there's also travel content. And in the lifestyle content, I do a lot of tutorials. I'm not going to do a tutorial for this one because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. It's my first time making this recipe, but I thought I would put it on the vlog because this is life. So now what I'm about to do is take this meat over here and strain it. Now this is supposed to be one of those things that uh like when you have vegetables and there's water on it, you can use it to drain the water off the vegetables. But I want to see if it works with draining this fat off of this meat. I did use the paper towel method. So what you do is you create a well in the middle of your meat while it's cooking on the stove, and you take a paper towel and you drain the fat off of the meat. And it actually does work, but it doesn't get it all out. It gets a significant amount out though. So I use that method, but now I want to see how this method works because I don't want my soup to be greasy. I do want it to be flavorful, so I do want to preserve some of the flavor of the meat in the soup, but I don't want it to be like greasy. See all that oil in that pan? So since I'm living in Europe temporarily, I decided to go with a fully furnished unit. And I love the appliances that they have here. All of the furniture is really nice. It's not like really expensive furniture. It's kind of like mid-priced. And you'll see me like do some things to make the furniture more comfortable for me. or just this apartment more comfortable for me during my stay here. But the stuff that they needed to splurge on, they did. So, like, my refrigerator is a nice refrigerator, my stove is a nice stove, the kitchen utensils that they have are pretty nice. All right, so I think you just turn this little dial here. We're gonna see. I should have did it before or after, but you know what? I'm trying to get this done. So one thing about me is I'm gonna use my crock pot. Like, I need my crock pot to be like I need it. I don't like to be standing over the stove all day every day. And so whenever I can get a crock pot rendition of a meal, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that should be enough because I'm starting to see the outside of the bowl get coated with the grease. Like, look at that. I also have a dishwasher in this apartment, so I'm gonna just put this in the dishwasher. Not a lot of grease got on the lid, but wow. So that's a hack, y'all. I was just trying something. I was like, well, if this works with wet vegetables, let me see how it works with like uh greasy meat. Like, look at all that grease that it took out. And so again, what I did was I did the paper towel method first, and then I did this. I don't know if you should just go in with this first. You want to get a significant amount of the grease out. I already got my broth kind of heating up in my crock pot. And so I just turned the crock pot on high. My crock pot automatically sets for 12 hours, and I just put it on that. And I cut up some vegetables. And one of the things that I do is I season my broth because the broth for me is like the soul of the soup. That's where all the flavors land. And so I took some of the ingredients and made up a broth, including like some fresh vegetables. So I need use a combination. So I used a combination of a mixture of um, already chopped vegetables, and then also I chopped up some vegetables just to enhance the flavors. Like the mixture that I bought was carrots, a little bit of zucchini, and then celery and onion. And so I wanted some bell peppers, so I chopped those up. I wanted a little bit more celery, so I chopped that up. And then I wanted some onions, and I chopped that up. And so that is cooking with some more spices and herbs and stuff, y'all. I feel like this soup gonna be good. So now what I'm gonna do is just dump this meat right here in the soup. My crock pot ain't that big, and so I hope it don't overflow. I'm gonna set this to the side, and then I'm gonna just stir it. Now, one thing I can do is link the recipe down below that I used. I'm gonna see what the recipe says. I think in the recipe you do cook the broth for a little while, and then I'm gonna add my spinach in there. Like, the broth is kind of thick right now, but when I add my spinach in there, it'll loosen up a little bit more because spinach has a lot of water and it's fresh spinach. And then the last step is to add your tortellini. But I really do want to like cook this broth and make sure it's flavorful because I want my soup to be flavorful. so it's bits of meat and grease in the bottom of my sink right here. And so I'm gonna take a paper towel and get that out because I don't want the grease to go down the drain and stop the drain. And then whatever grease that the paper towel don't get out, then I will use other cleaning supplies. Like I'm running low on dish soap, so I'll do this dish soap. One of the things that they so thoughtfully put in here is one of these little stoppers right here, and that helps, you know, to catch food and things from going down the drain and stopping the drain. If you can't tell, I am a clean as you goer. You gotta clean it anyway, so you might as well do it as you go. So I'm gonna just take a little salt. Put it on here. And I won't have no greasy soup. I was in the store the other day and I decided to get this. So the way that my reward system is set up is I be trying to reward myself for a hard week at work. And one of the things that I want to grab is comfort foods. So not just sweet treats, but wings. And while, you know, I understand why I do that, again, I'm not just working to pay bills. I also want to enjoy life, and food is one of the ways that I enjoy life. I also want to make more meals at home. So I will go out for special occasions and when I'm traveling, but I do like to cook at home. And one of the things that I wanted to try my hand at was some wings. And I heard that you can make some pretty good wings in the air fryer. I'm sure there's other foods that you that you can make in the air fryer. I look forward to trying those, but I really got it for the wings. And so I plan on probably leaving this behind for the next renter after I leave. I believe in blessing others. It always comes back to me. I always have the things that I need and that I want. And so there's no lack there. However, I also wanted to be reasonable and I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, okay? I know that air fryers, especially if you get the high price, the top tier ones, can cost like 100 euros. I wasn't going to spend that. This one was 40 euros. And so it's a smart air fryer. It's extra large. It's 5 liters in capacity. I thought that we could open it up together. I'm super excited about it. And so I've already planned my next meal. I just need to go shopping for ingredients. I want to make some lemon pepper chicken wings and probably some garlic parmesan ones too. I found a lemon pepper recipe for the air fryer, 2 of them actually, but I haven't found a garlic parmesan one yet. And so this is what the box looks like when you open it up. Oh, it comes with instructions. I don't ever be using the instructions for my appliances because some of it is self-explanatory. I probably should do that because I'm probably not using them to their full capacity, but you know, you kind of want to get these things and you kind of want to put them to use right away. Ooh, my goodness. When I tell you they have these things boxed in, so it's got this foam that protects it and keeps it from moving. And so taking it out of the box is hard, y'all. I need an extra set of hands to help. Ooh. Oh Lord. Y'all, this is in here. I don't want to tear the box. And the thing is, like, I was listening to a video the other day. This lady that I watch, she has traveled the world, and she has not lived in the United States since the mid 2000s. She has residency in a country outside of the United States, and one of the things they were talking about that they do to keep themselves safe in other countries is get to know their neighbors. And instead of like buying things, they borrow. And so that being said, my neighbors, which are my landlords, probably have an air fryer that I probably could have borrowed and saved the 40 euros, but I'm so independent and I be wanting to use things how I want to use them. And after my last renting situation, I kind of just want peace and stability. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so far, like, we in a living situation where they don't bother me and I don't bother them. Like, they not new to this, they true to this. Once I moved in, they really don't bother me. And I think that's the best thing. Okay, I think I'm getting this out of here. You know, you never know what baggage somebody come with. And sometimes, you know, them finding a home is a catalyst for healing. I know that I have experienced a great deal of peace since I've been here. And, you know, we talked about this. I had like 2 or 3 other choices. Y'all, I might have to do something unorthodox to get this out. Let me just rip it. Let me rip this box. It's not coming out. Okay, see? That's all they wanted me to do is rip the box. But yeah, you know, I know I had an inkling in my spirit that the other places that I chose while I was making my decision would have been good. You know, I didn't get any bad vibes off of the owners or when I was in the space. This one just felt more like me. And that's important. It unlocks like so many parts of yourself when you find a space that is in line with who you are. That's so important. All right, so I finally got it out. I had to rip the box. So if I end up having to take this back, I do have packing tape. I just take it. They got the plug wrap, so I'm gonna unwrap the plug. It's super big, y'all. When they said extra large, they were lying. And for $40, I'll take it. They had some smaller ones that was like more expensive than this one. This one's the last one left. And I was just like, I'm gonna get this. All right, so this is what it's looking like unpackaged. all unwrapped and stuff. This is a German plug. I just didn't want to fool with trying to use my transmitter. And I knew, again, I'm just going to leave this behind for the next renter. So it's taped up here on the side. So we're going to remove the tape. And then we're going to remove the tape on the other side. Oh, this is a large capacity, y'all. Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. And this is a small detail, but it's black like some of the other appliances in the kitchen. Like, let me show you. So, I mean, it's gonna fit right in, honey. So the coffee maker is black. I don't use her. I just leave her like where she is. I might tuck her away in a pantry because I don't be using coffee makers, but the coffee maker black. The toaster is black. The apartment didn't come with a microwave, so I got this small microwave oven. The microwave is black. And then over here we have an electric kettle. It's also black. Because why? Black is beautiful. Yeah, so I'm going to find a place to put her in the kitchen, and then I don't know if I want to dispose of the package that she came in yet. I might tuck it away in a cabinet or a closet somewhere. And then, yeah, eventually we're going to use her. I can't wait to like make some wings. I don't know. We might plug her up just to see, you know, if she works right away. Let's do that. Let's do that. So, all right. So we got a lot of counter space over here next to the electric kettle. So we can put her here for now. She's not very functional over here. I would like to have her, you know, more towards the stove, but just for aesthetic purposes, we're gonna put her over here. Let's plug her in. Okay, baby, is she gonna turn on? What you gonna do? Is it something that I need to do? See, this is why you read the instructions. Oh! Look at that. You had to put the drawer in. Okay, so I guess what I do is push this button right here. Oh, do we have like okay. Y'all, look at this. They got a wing setting on here. I'm trying to get out the way so y'all can really see. Why here? I don't know if you, okay. Look at this, y'all. They got a wing setting on here. So they got wings, they got steak. Cause look, I don't know how to pan sear a steak. I probably should try my hand at that one day. But if I can make my life easier and do it in here, I could be eating steak. They got French fries. They got, what's this? I can't see y'all. Shrimp. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. I like sauteing my shrimp. They got cookies on here. And then fish. I might eat more fish. They got egg tarts or egg muffins. And then they got a cake. That's neat. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm not gonna have fun with this right now. We're actually gonna unplug her, but I wanted to just like plug it up to see if it works initially. And then, you know, I don't know. I might read the instructions or I might just play around with it. Play around with some settings and see. But right now, I just kind of want to get back in my bed. It's Sunday. It's the last day before the work week. I've already like been cooking. So yeah. I will come back though to let y'all see how my soup turns out. All right. this is what our crock pot is looking like after cooking for about 3 hours on high. I'm gonna lift up the lid. If there is steam, my bad. Oh my goodness. Look at those veggies, y'all. Look how chunky they are. So that's why I used a mixture of the vegetables. That's why I used a mixture of the fresh and um, frozen vegetables because of this right here. I like a hearty soup. I like to taste what's in the soup. And you see that meat is in there. Ooh-wee. So now we gotta add our tortellini, our spinach, and cream, and then some salt and pepper. I think since the broth is the soul of the soup, I'm gonna go ahead and add my salt and my pepper now. I feel like it's seasoned really well because I can smell the seasoning. So instead of using regular salt, I'm gonna use garlic salt, but you have to use a light hand with garlic salt because a lot comes out. And I don't want my soup to be too salty. I don't want it to be bland either. So I just hit it until the ancestors say stop. Like so, like that. And now I'm gonna use this ground smoked pepper. And then go in with my little grinding. In the recipe, it says you can use hot Italian sausage, which is what I use. And it also says you can use red pepper flakes. But I felt like the sausage that I used would really give it a kick, honey. Now in the recipe, it say add the tortellini first, then the spinach, and then the cream. But I think what I'm gonna do is add the spinach first. Because of the water content. And it's baby spinach, so I'm gonna just fold it in. Like it ain't gonna do nothing but wilt anyway. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I think I'm gonna add my tortellini last. This crock pot is overflowing with soup. Another thing that I read in the recipe is tortellini is real greedy, okay? It likes to eat up your soup. It likes to eat up the broth of your soup. So it says to have some extra chicken broth on hand for when you serve this. Because I'm going to eat off of this for the week. You know, I might like... I might make me, you know, something different if I get tired of it. Or I might order something different if I get tired of it. But the hope is that I can finish it throughout the week without getting tired of it. And now that I got a freezer, honey, I can freeze this. So this how the spinach look. This the last little bit of spinach. I don't know how many ounces this is, but I used a small bag of spinach for reference. I used 100 grams of spinach. We over here in Europe, so they don't do ounces over here. So you'll have to do the conversion, but it's 100 grams of spinach. That spinach in the bag doesn't keep too long in the refrigerator, And so I wanted to just go ahead and use it all. But the recipe calls for just 2 cups of spinach. But I figured, again, since it has a lot of water, it'll help to thin out my broth. Look how good. And get my cream. I need 3/4 cups. I thought I seen some measuring cups in here. Yep. Here we go. Okay, so they only have a 1/4 measuring cup, so of course I have to do that 3 times. So if you're trying to lay off dairy or you're lactose intolerant, they were saying in the recipe, unfortunately, that it's not good to substitute any like low fat creams or cream substitute in this dish, because any non-dairy cream substitute in this dish, because it might curdle, and that ain't what you want in your life. So I'm just saying what the recipe said. So if you want to lay off the dairy products, you can just like make this without the cream, but I'm gonna put the cream in there because I want all the smoke. Okay, all of it. Do you hear me? I want all the flavor that I can get. All right. So 1/4. I think I'm gonna stir in between too. Ooh. Now me having a whole Italian kitchen, y'all. I like how it's turning like the color of a tomato bisque. I love when my cooking turn out right. So I don't like the work that goes into cooking, but I like the end product. That's how I am. So when I say I like to cook, I'm really talking about like the ending product. Like when you know something that you make is coming out good. Yeah, that's what I like. I like the end result more than I like the process. But you gotta do the process to get to the end result. So it is what it is. Now after I add this last cupful, I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like with the cream in there. It's so pretty. It's looks like a tomato bisque. Okay, so last but certainly not least, we're gonna add our tortellini. So I got this from my local grocery store. It's actually a spinach tortellini. The recipe calls for a cheese tortellini, but they didn't have that available. And honestly, I got cheese. I got some grated Parmesan, so I think this is gonna do well. Now, I don't have any kitchen scissors, so I'm gonna just use this knife to open this up. Don't try this at home. Get you some kitchen scissors. They come in most knife sets, but I ain't got one. I threw my kitchen shears away because it was time. Right before I moved, I had to just throw everything away spirit. You know that song, just throw it in the bag? I was singing just throw it all away. We're gonna start with probably one. Uh-oh, I got one on the floor. Dang. We're gonna start with one bag, I think, because my pot pot getting a little full. Look at that soup. Look at the edge. Like when I put the top on here, this is where the top go. And you see it's soup like all around the edge. But look how good it's looking. Ooh, and y'all, I bought me some breadsticks. You put them in the freezer and then you thaw them out in the oven. And they taste like fresh breadsticks from like Olive Garden or your local Italian restaurant. They got the slap. Okay. I'm trying to assess to see if I can put some more tortellini in here. Let me just do like two more. Because I want it to be a good ratio. But again, pasta will fool you. It's all shrunken up before you cook it. And then when you cook it, it's all expanded and stuff. So I figure like if I have a bowl or a batch that's low on pasta, I'll just steam it in the microwave and cook it. So yeah, the recipes say to cook this on high for another 30 minutes. I left the lid off a little bit more than normal, so I might let it cook for like 35 to 40 minutes just to give it enough time to bring it back up to the temperature that it was. And then I'll come back and I'll show y'all how the final product turns out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look. I'm Mr. Paint a picture, symbolizing while reading scriptures. Praying for a difference in money making and getting richer. Praying that my brothers go kill the trauma, not kill a trigger finger itching, Newport shorts and malt liquor. Looking at the skies to a God that's often silent. I got a bias, was raised in the churches and holy climates. Often I felt small from battling with the giants. I've been questioning myself, who's David and who's Goliath. I've been truth seeking, cause I'm through peeking from the outside. Working on pride, cause I'm too cocky for having sore eyes. Talking to my mother about the pain that's being passed down. I didn't heal that, and even worse, I got a bag now. Fueling every girl that I liked and went to school with wasn't cool kids, so I guess this is my get back. Broken soul, breaking soul, sorry I admit that. I'm saying look, please don't judge me. I'm trying to see the beauty in the ugly. Ay, then got fuzzy, ay, trying to find out who really love me. Ay, look, do you love me? Ay, do you love me? Look, do you love me? They say the hardest battles teach you some amazing. I guess I'm wise behind my years. Got new hardware. We've been grinding.
Hey y'all. So in this episode of I'm raising the property value of these people's house. No, I'm just playing. But in all seriousness, I wanted to show you some updates that I made to the space that I'm currently living in. So this is obviously one of those IKEA storage type things. And it has little cubbies, it has little drawers. And so I'm using it as a dresser, but most of my clothing are hung up in the closets. However, one of the things that I wanted to do to make this functional, but add a little bit of color to it because it's very white in here, is to add those little gray cubbies. So it's a little thing, but it makes a little bit of difference. Like in that top cubby right here, it's a lot of my cords and stuff. So my television is wired for American plugs, and I have this kind of like, I guess, generator device because I don't really know how else to call it. It's like a power surge. I guess I could show you what it is. That little box right there. So I'm plugging all of my American plugs in there, and what I like, it has USB outlets as well. And so I just have everything kind of corralled in this one. And it looks so much neater than what I had it at first. I got a little bit of camera equipment in that one. And then those two, there's nothing in there. I just put them there for decoration and kind of balance and symmetry. Now, my second thing is to tackle this. It's small, but to me, it's kind of an eyesore. And the what I was going to do is take this. Now, this ain't my house, okay? This somebody else's house, and when I leave, somebody else is gonna rent this. And so I could have gotten the high definition glossy contact paper that costs like 11 euros, but I found this for 3 euros. And so I got this instead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the top of this so I can cover it. So I want a little bit of, well, I thought I wanted a little bit of overhang, but it's not even a lip back there. I mean, I guess I could create a little bit of an overhang because this part goes against the wall. But I thought that it would look good. So I got to do this one and the other one while I'm waiting on dinner to warm up in the stove. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, I do have a microwave, but I'm reheating some fried chicken that I got the other night, and it's better uh, in the stove. So that's that on that. I done told off on myself. But anyway, so I'm going to get to work. It should be easy. I just cut it out. So I'm going to cut this larger than the surface area that I need and then use like an X-Acto knife to actually score it to the actual thing. The actual thing. And I don't know. It would be kind of cool to cover this part too and not the top so that some of the marble is showing in the front. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So I'm going to get to work. That's what we're doing.